The boy genius Brad Stevens made a move late last night that will help the Celtics overcome not having Jason Tatum next season. The Celtics move on from Jrue Holiday, who is a diminished version of himself despite helping them win the chip just 2 years ago. They were able to flip Jrue Holiday for Anfernee Simons. Anfernee Simons, who is a player that is a prolific three-point shooter, takes a lot of threes, makes a lot of threes. So a team in the Celtics who attempts more threes than twos just 2 years ago, and who also led the league in most three-pointers attempted this season, add yet another shooter. Let's focus on the Celtics POV in this deal. You're trading for Anfernee Simons. Anfernee Simons is on an expiring deal, right? But the main thing with Anfernee Simons, as those who are casual NBA fans might not know, this man is very prolific from three. He gets the threes up in bunches, and he is not afraid to pull it, okay? He goes from averaging 3 threes and 4 threes and makes that big jump to 7, 8, 9 threes a game over the last 4 years in the league. So this is a guy that's been very prolific. You look at the shooting percentage, 41%, 38%, 39%, 36% this past season. Anfernee Simons is a shooter. So Missoula ball will be in continuous effect with Anfernee Simons now in the fold. You can need to offset the loss of Jason Tatum. You're going to miss that production. You can't go out there and just go get another Jason Tatum. So what do? You go trade for a guy that might not be Jason Tatum, because he's not. He's not as big as him. He's not as skilled as him. But he can shoot the three ball damn near better than Jason Tatum. So if you're going to lose the all-around skill set of Jason Tatum, what do? You try to go and do the surplus of what you want to do and what you're good at by jacking up threes. Find me somebody who's a shooter, who can come in, expiring deal, so kind of a prove-it type of situation. Plus, you have the allure of, hey, if you do well here, we got some cap space. We'll give you a bag. There's a lot of incentives for the Celtics to go out there and get Anfernee Simons. And if you really want to lock in more, as you see here, an expiring deal. But the main thing I'm going to focus on is NBA team three-pointers attempted per game. The Boston Celtics led the league this past season with 47 threes attempted per game. The year before that, they also led the league in attempted threes per game. 42 of them things, okay? 42 threes per game 2 years ago, 47 this past year. So Missoula knows what he wants. He wants guys that can come in and shoot that three ball. And with a roster that is in flux, because this JT thing more so just exposed the fact of, hey man, past JT and Jaylen Brown, what else is there? And you learned that in the playoffs, like one dude goes down, even the Knicks can beat you, okay? So the Celtics are going to have to retool here. While the Blazers are, I think, also trying to retool when they should be rebuilding, but the Celtics are trying to retool on the fly. You lose JT, so you're losing another year of his prime. How do you offset that? Go get more shooting. JB now, Jaylen Brown, now doesn't have to do too much more. The load is going to be, in theory, put more on him. But with a guy like Anfernee Simons, who can go get a bucket too, he's not just a shooter. He's known as a shooter. But in terms of skill set, he can get to the rim. He can attack. He can be aggressive. Like, there's certain things in his game. He can dish out some dimes a little bit. So you're losing Jrue Holiday, who in theory is a point guard. More so a defense-first point guard. Probably the last of his kind in terms of being a starter, high-level starter, defensive-first point guard. They don't make too many of those anymore. Everything is about score-first point guards, and then combo guards, and then to a lesser degree, facilitating point guards, and then to an even lesser degree, defensive-minded first point guards. So Jrue Holiday literally is a dying breed in this league. But as a point guard, he's able to get you a couple of dimes a game and orchestrate the offense and facilitate. Simons could do that. He was forced into that action because, the fact that Scoot Henderson hasn't really panned out the way that we all thought he would. And we could have guys like Shaedon Sharpe and, with Chauncey Billups, running the helm there. It just didn't really translate to where there's no real point guard on that roster until Scoot Henderson develops. So with that, Anfernee Simons kind of had to step in and be a kind of a combo guard when he really just wants to be a shooter. And I think in Boston, he will get that opportunity.